Drop the blue zone nade, and it's just going to be a continued collapse from LG as here comes Cerberus right up in their face.
Yep, stuns are out as well. Suju wanting to see if he can steal a few of these points away from Cerberus. A Tungmu, here goes that strike from Tai Lu, but immediately they're just shutting him down. Lil goes and Xiao Bei just wrecking Tai Lu.
Instantly stops that one. Lil goes high ground. They're going to go ahead and finish that one out. It looks like FaZe is starting to figure out how they want to control this area. Issue is it's just too many angles to try to control. You can see just down behind that little smidgen of a hill, and T-Bone's going to be coming up back behind. He hears this firefight, and it is going to be 100% available to pick this up.
Yeah, great grenade from Dante, finds Fex, but it's actually T-Bone again.
Yep.
Stealing a kill here. Well, he got a knock. He didn't get the first kill that he got. It was stolen by Phil first, so, you know, you get one, I get one. All's fair for those two players. Now T-Bone out in the open. James still good with that barrel. Really nice stuff, but Dante.
Tiamba, 17 Gaming, NH, all could kind of have mortars coming their direction, and Tiamba looks like it's going to be the new target. New guys on the block coming into here. They do have that dip. Not a lot of information, and whoa, gonna have to be careful. Xiao Bei also stepping right into Tiamba. Gonna go ahead and get the knock onto 3 of them, and this is pretty much done.
Whose mortars were those? Because that just set up 17 beautifully to come in here and do near fatal damage to Tiamba with only one player left. I mean, everybody else is just dropping like flies, and Onyx in the meantime did find a kill on the backside. I'm very keen to keep track of that. I mean, every kill Donovan gets is just money in the bank, but 17, I love how proactive they are. They spread out, they're so good at controlling their own space, and they're so good at taking advantage of sound cues and situational, observations. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you were talking about the mortars coming in. I can't tell if that was
I think it might have been Osla or New
It
NH?
might have been 17. I don't know. It was on that same angle as 17 Gaming, so but
Maybe
it doesn't look
yeah.
like we see them with any mortars. Now then, we've got pretty much the mess over in the east has calmed down. Day Trade's got control over that. It's going to be Twisted Minds just to the south of it. New Circle's going to pop, and it's going to go to the southwest. That means that all of this firefighting that we've been watching for so long is going to have to some extent, all playing up against the edge. Cerberus definitely in the, I guess, more disadvantaged position whenever we look at what's going to be going on. Tai Lu not necessarily in the best either, as they're just going to have to cling into a valley, and 17 does have vision on that. LG, though, thinks that they have some pathing options to move in, but 17, I think, already reads this too clean.
Yeah, they see this. They heard it and they saw it, so they're able to direct Suju's grenades. He's a lone player up there, and this is forcing LG to really take their time. They're going to have to hug the edge of the blue, potentially making it a little bit easier here for Suju to kind of predict and pre-fire potentially. There is that MG3 in the hands of Snakers, can do some damage, but LG really needs to keep the rest of 17 at bay. I don't know if they have any smoke grenade launches.
Look at the opportunity with this, though. Tai Lu is now, with 17 distracted, crept right up back behind 17 Gaming. With that solo play, the nades coming out, LG is going to retreat back down to the west where they had control. Cerberus has already moved into this position, so just that one solo holding the line could potentially spell the doom for LG and how they're going to be moving into this.
Yeah, Snakers is in a lot of trouble. He's flanked by the Cerberus team, and they are already letting loose with grenades. Responds with his own, but he's done. The car explosion is going to do the job onto Snakers, and Cerberus now really starting to hammer down on LG.
The only benefit to this is roughly Tai Lu's trying to move into 17 at the same time, but Cerberus is just got the angles into every bit. And let's not forget about our solo from 17 Gaming directly behind anything that LG is going to be doing, realizing, okay, we've got to try to get out of here, but Solzy's going to go ahead and drop the blue zone nade, and it's just going to be a continued collapse from LG as here comes Cerberus right up in their face.
Yep, stuns are out as well. Suju wanting to see if he can steal a few of these points away from Cerberus. A Tungmu, here goes that strike from Tai Lu, but immediately they're just shutting him down.
Play, the nades coming out, LG is going to retreat back down to the west where they had control. Cerberus has already moved into this position, so just that one solo holding the line could potentially spell the doom for LG and how they're going to be moving into this.
Yeah, Snakers is in a lot of trouble. He's flanked by the Cerberus team, and they are already letting loose with grenades. Responds with his own, but he's done. The car explosion is going to do the job onto Snakers, and Cerberus now really starting to hammer down on LG.
The only benefit to this is roughly Tai Lu's trying to move into 17 at the same time, but Cerberus has just got the angles into every bit. And let's not forget about our solo from 17 Gaming directly behind anything that LG is going to be doing, realizing, okay, we've got to try to get out of here, but Solzy's going to go ahead and drop the blue zone nade, and it's just going to be a continued collapse from LG as here comes Cerberus right up in their face.
Yep, stuns are out as well. Suju wanting to see if he can steal a few of these points away from Cerberus. A Tungmu, here goes that strike from Tai Lu, but immediately they're just shutting him down. Lil Ghost and Xiaobei just wrecking Tai Lu.
Instantly stops that one. Lil Ghost, high ground. They're going to go ahead and finish that one out. Nice 1-2 punch coming out from them. What is 17 Gaming going to do? Looks like they're going to try to stop for a second, get the res onto Xiao Wu. Suji's going to be a bit harder to try to get the res onto, but LG now using that reprieve. They do have Mime down. It's going to be Cerberus. Hamas very, very close to see if maybe he can close this one out against LG.
Super wise here by Cerberus. If you can eliminate the biggest threat in this lobby, just leave Hamas on his own with this P90 to just kind of keep LG from getting the res onto Mime, making sure Rello is pinned, but there has been a res that came through for 17.
A lot of focus from Cerberus leaning into LG, and now 17 is trying to exploit it. LG goes down. That means the fact that is going to stall out what 17 was trying to do. It looks like it was going to be a concentrated push onto Tycon's position, and we have seen Tycon, he can take a game. He can take control. This is going to be a very dangerous push coming in from 17. Utility's now coming out. Lil Ghost leading the way.
Yeah, Tycon is not aware. He didn't hear it. Lil Ghost able to sneak up onto him because Tycon was busy with his utility, and he's going to pay the price, and there is no one there to bail him out. I was going to say, I wanted to see Cerberus collapse and play it a little bit slower here, but 17 caught them flat-footed.
Just good read on the circle, realizing how separated out Cerberus had to be maintaining that fight with LG. Now then, looks like 17 is going to wolf pack it down to the south. We do have two members for Cerberus that are leaning over. Xiao Wu's going to be trying to open up the path. Looks up into Cerberus, going for the blind spray. Does hit it on Aisaki. Now moving in. Soulzy's on the opposing angle for this, but keep in mind, Hamas is closing down a lot of any of this movement that 17 is trying to make.
Yeah, you just cannot give 17 these 1v1s like this. They're going to punish you every time. Finally, Lil Ghost overextends, and he pays the price onto Solalzi. So both teams feeling a little bit overconfident at times. But this should be a flush coming through. Lil Ghost, though, I don't know if he's flushable. Xiao Wu is going to use this opportunity, knowing that Cerberus is going to want to wrap towards Lil Ghost, want to confirm that point to try to hit their backside.
It could also kind of creep over here. This is a round where LG was down and might be able to kind of loot up a bit more for this late stage section. And yeah, now just a directed back flank. I don't know if Hamas is going to be realizing this, and it's just going to catch him with his pants down. Xiao Wu, beautiful flank. Now, Soulzy, where are you going to go? Complete control over the center of the circle. 17 Gaming duo lined up and ready for anything he can bring.
Yeah, I mean, Solalzi, a lot of work to do yet in this one, but they're going to see him prone down there in that smoke. He's trying to get around the edge of that rock to hide himself a little bit more, but those smokes are starting to run out on top of that hill pretty quick. So Solalzi trying to find an opportunity to reposition, maybe retake control of this high ground hill.
Bro, the rich are just getting richer. It was, what, 16 kills that I saw 17 Gaming at? I mean, this is just absolutely absurd. They're on a tear. This is blowing my mind. Comparison to what we saw in the group stages moving into this, it was a far more quiet 17. Now, they've got their momentum. They've got their vibe going. They've now doubled up. They know exactly where that last member for Cerberus is going to be holding down at. It's just a matter of who gets the peak first, who spots out whom.
Solalzi just out of distance to hear it, but he's going to get the better of Xiaobei in the damage department, force him to go for the heal. A stun to kind of buy Solalzi the opportunity to repeat. Solalzi just has to be really careful with his sound cues, but he's spotted out in the open. He actually wins that.
Holds it down. Can we get another clutch from Cerberus? No, it is going to turn up 17 Gaming. More and more points as that leaderboard